Welcome, Scott. Jordan, welcome to the Benzinga CCC event. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's a great event, let me tell you.
That's awesome. We love to hear that. We'd love to hear a little bit more about you, your title, and your company. What do you guys do?
Sure. I am the founder and CEO of the Alternative Finance Network. Just like its name, alternativefinancenetwork.com is where you can find me. I created the company 3 years ago after working for 2 other companies to help level up the playing field for marijuana business owners that were paying, I thought, very high rates in order to access capital. Mm-hmm. I think that marijuana business owners should be treated like any other business,
sure,
that their financials should dictate the rate and the terms that they get, but they weren't. They were being discriminated against, just like black people were discriminated against in the 40s and the 50s and earlier in our country, and I just thought it was vastly unfair.
Sure.
And so my mission has been, ever since 2009 when I did my first cannabis loan, to help level up the playing field and help marijuana business owners get the rates that they deserve, whether it's from banks, private lenders, or other sources. So that's what I do. I provide access to debt-based capital, real estate, working capital, equipment, so that they can grow and keep all of their equity, because they work really hard. I've seen people just really kill themselves just about. I'm in Denver, so I've seen a lot of things from the beginning.
Sure.
I'm an OG in the business, as they say, and I've been doing this 13 years, so a long time. And I helped Sunday Seafried with her first program. She's kind of the Rosa Parks of the industry. Mm-hmm. She kind of laid the groundwork for how businesses could get banked, and hats off to her. And I want to follow in those footsteps with having debt available for business owners that deserve debt and can use it to expand their businesses. I've helped 3 companies with very successful exits maintain their equity. So I like to help the young guys keep their equity because they work very hard. They take a lot of risk. It's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, to run a marijuana business, and that's what we're all about.
That's awesome. No, it's a great story. I love the mission. I love what you're doing. Let's talk about the kind of companies that you work with. Smaller companies, larger companies. It sounds like you're trending more towards the companies that are earlier on in that maturation cycle. What's the ideal kind of client that you work with?
Ideal client is about 2 years in business or longer, doing about 10 million or so in revenue, that wants to grow, that needs CapEx, equipment, real estate, perhaps some working capital. I help the MSOs get larger as well. We did a $10 million revolver for Tilt Holdings that they're still utilizing, based on their accounts receivable and inventory. I help them grow utilizing other people's money to be able to get the debt that they need in order to grow the company and realize their dreams.
Awesome. I love to hear that. And Scott, of course, would love to hear your experience at the CCC so far. How's everything going?
Oh my gosh. Patrick and the rest of the team there, Patrick and Elliot and Jason and whoever else, is responsible, big hats off to you guys. I mean, Benzinga continues to get better every year, and I thought it was pretty good the last show that I went to. But let me tell you some of the highlights from a guy that goes to the show in order to meet people. First of all, opening up the networking beforehand, marvelous. Just love it. What it does is it allows an intelligent user that wants to maximize their time. Before the show even starts, I had appointments already set, and I could use those appointments to decide who I was going to actually see in the limited amount of time I'm here. I'm here since Monday. I've had meetings Monday, Tuesday, today, totally booked, and tomorrow, totally booked. So I'm able to schedule the optimal meetings for myself beforehand, pre-qualify people beforehand, reach the people that I want to meet beforehand. Plus, you guys have allowed us to download a spreadsheet with all of the attendees, which went from 997, I think that I looked before I left on Friday, to almost 1,400 yesterday, which is great. You allow me to download the companies that are here and what they do so I can decide who I want to go see. You got a little section back there with all of the CEOs of all of the companies that are here, the public companies that are here, which is amazing. I mean, it's like a college kid going to the Playboy Mansion that's been locked up for a year. I mean, it's just like a free-for-all. I mean, you see all these guys that, you see on the broadcast, you see on the earnings calls. I mean, guys you can't get to except if you come to Benzinga. And that's only the first part of it. I mean, I could go on and on. I know you want to keep me, to 10 minutes, but the atmosphere is great. The people, you've got a really good staff. Everybody seems really happy. I think when you buy your tickets early, it's very reasonably priced to cheap. I mean, MJ Biz is $700, $800 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you go as early as possible, it's $395. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And I got a ticket for $156 bucks.
Yeah.
And so, you guys get the right people here as well. I mean, this is a place to do deals. I mean, this is like nirvana for me because people are here to do deals. You're not seeing a lot of products. You're not seeing lights and packaging equipment and all the other things that you see at MJ Biz. You see people that are looking for money, and I'm trying to move money I'm like Robin Hood. I'm taking from the rich and I'm giving to the not so rich, okay, that need the money to grow their business and to realize their dreams. So it's ideal for me. Great cocktail party last night outside. It got a little windy at the end, which I know you guys can't control, but, it was beautiful, the first hour and a half or so. Then the wind came up, but, then we went inside and, it was fine. You guys do a great job of connecting people. Elliot and Patrick really care. I think about making sure it's a great experience for the people that are buying booths, which is the first time that I can remember really seeing it in New York. I think you had maybe 15 or 20.
Yeah.
But this was great because of that. I mean, I just think you guys are the number one show, and everybody else has got to catch up to you, including Cassandra. If you're listening out there, catch up to the boys at Benzinga. Allow us to network ahead of time. It's great.
We love hearing that. Great feedback. We love having you here. Thank you so much for bringing the perspectives, too, and just sharing what you're doing. We love watching those connections happen.
It's fantastic to have them happen in one place where, your schedule is packed, morning, noon, and night.
Absolutely. Love having it. Thank you for being here so much. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I mean, you guys do a great job. Big shout out to the Lane brothers and the Lane mother and father. You guys did a great job in having those boys become men, and really appreciate what they're doing, and Jason and the rest of the team as well. I know Nicole LaPonte. I know her. Always get always get my questions answered about the technical issues that I run into, because I'm not very technical, and she always explains to me very simply, you got to hit this button and hit this button, and then you get that result. Thank you. Appreciate that. And all the rest of the people back in Detroit, keep up the good work, because you guys have really come on in the last 2 to 3 years and really do a fantastic job, and I'm really glad to be here.
We love having you here. Thank you again.
You're very welcome.